Thank you so much for sharing your day, sharing your Wednesday with me. I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of Afro Economics. Yes, I see you out there. I sent the link. So if you want to come in the studio and talk about today's discussion on protecting your money from lawsuits, please do now. I will send the link again. I don't know if every different social media gets it. I I I didn't do the last week I did that where it would like count down. I didn't like that when I looked at it, I was like, I don't like that. I like it when you start off. Hello, you doing? How are you doing, Miss Wilkerson? Don't you like when it just you see me instantly, right? I didn't like that last week when I did the little countdown. But you don't know what you don't like until you try it. You gotta try it. Try it first. Y'all better hit that link and come on in the studio. Miss Wilkerson, Miss Jenny Jones from New York City, Miss Wilkerson from Virginia. Y'all from everywhere. Come on in and share yourself. There yourself. Check this out and we'll get started on the other side. I'm JB Bryan, the creator of Afro Economics, a strategic financial empowerment program based on 10 timeless financial principles like generational wealth and legacy, financial knowledge, credit confidence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, and more. Afro Economics gives you the guidance and tools you can use to develop and sustain wealth. Check out Afro Economics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly Afro Economics podcast. There are many levels of Afro Economics membership, including the free online access membership level called No Excuses. So make no excuses and check out afroeconomics.com today. Powered by JB Bryan Financial Group, Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. Hashtag Afroeconomics. How many people did you know in that video? Uh-oh. We got to do that. We got to get it. I'm going to make another one because we have an event coming up in September. Miss Davis, Stone Mountain, Georgia, thank you for helping so much with the rooms, getting our block of rooms ready in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, the safest place on the universe, in the universe. Y'all better come on to Washington, D.C., September 13th. Yeah, I should make you a flyer. So I can pop it up there. Yes, indeed. One of the many reasons to make sure that you are a member of Afro Economics. Exclusive membership allows you to have one-on-one meetings with me, and there's no excuse. The absolutely complimentary membership is called No Excuses because it's no excuse. So take advantage of the No Excuses one so that you can participate. On Fridays, we have our members only meeting, and it is exciting. And in Saturday, September 13th, at the DC office, 712th Street Northwest, Suite 700 in Metro Center of our nation's capital. We are having our own town hall meeting. It don't stop. It won't stop. No matter what, as long as God gives me breath, I'm going to help us get and maintain and get wealthier and get wealth and get richer and get more spiritual. The fifth principle of Afro economics is making sure that you have integrity, that you keep God first, so that you never, ever, 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 ever have to face a lawsuit anyway. But I'm going to tell you, good people sometimes incur lawsuits anyway. Right, Miss Granite? It's so good to see you. Like good people. Things happen to good people. Bad things happen to good people. So you have to be prepared. I just want to go over in this discussion. Come in and join Miss Greenwich in the studio. Because y'all know I'm not going to like make her have to just be on here by herself. So someone else has to be have that guts, have that nerve, like Miss Greenwich, and come into the studio so we can have it. Or ask your questions. We can see them. Just sent that link. But really, the topic, the topic. You know, one of our members sent me this morning scams that are going around, and there was two times. One person at the gym was telling me about his mother being a victim of a cryptocurrency scam, and then Miss Elliott sent me information on a cryptocurrency scam that's going around. And I was like, whoa, be careful, y'all. Run it by me. Don't just do things, you know? Don't just do things. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. When in doubt, don't do it. How many times in life do we, do things and we go, heck, I knew I shouldn't have done that. Right? Right, Mr. You say, I knew it. God said, don't do it. Didn't feel right, but you do it anyway. I think you know, it's just as bad for a person trying to sue someone as it is being sued because it's hard to sue. These scammers out here, they're so slick, you can't, things happen, you can't get your money back. We have to be careful. You don't even want to be. Protect your money that way by just saying no. If it doesn't feel right, don't say no. You agree, Miss Scrandage? What you say? Don't just say no.
No.
Say no. That's the answer. Thank you. Yeah, because if you don't allow yourself to get into these compromising situations anyway. So, what I was telling someone about there's a quote by Einstein that prevention is genius. It said, discovering a problem is intelligent, but preventing a problem is genius. Mm, mm. You feel me on that, Miss Greenwich? you know, that's when you're really smart. When we take steps like we're doing today to prevent it from even happening, that's genius. Don't just be smart and say, "Oh, I can't believe that happened." That okay, yeah, it happened. Discovering the problem, after it happened, that's okay, but it's not going to help you because it's already been done. So what we want to talk about is how to prevent someone from suing you and being able to take your money. Because the point is, when people sue someone, they want what they have. So God forbid, Miss Grant is just driving down the street one day. Just driving down the street. And you hit someone's cat. We're gonna keep it light. Somebody else, forgive me, people that love cats, but the cat got hit. And they found out that the cat actually did cat commercials. It did cat food commercials. So this particular cat that you hit is actually worth multiple millions of dollars. So here you are, this good person, and you didn't see it. You did not see that cat. You were like driving into their driveway, and their cat came into the driveway. It was horrible. It was horrible for you. Just a hypothetical. But this cat is worth this much that your friends, these people. That's why you were going over there, because you were actually going over there to give them a ride to the golf course because y'all were going to do golf together. So you go there, you have all good intention because a lot of times things happen and the person had really good intention, but end up being sued because they were doing something and they just happened to it happened. So what that in that case, in order to protect herself from having to pay out the millions of dollars to replace the potential income that this cat was producing for that family, they were making mad money off that. Now the cat's gone, and they are suing you to replace the income loss from their cat. Because all the lawsuits at the root of them, it's what is the income loss? What is the asset loss? How have you set that person back? Like, we see there's this woman that's suing Usher at the Usher concert, because they said, oh no, she's suing Shannon Sharp and his coach, Shannon Sharp and the other football player, because at the Usher concert, she was the person that was picked out of the audience to flirt with Usher. And they joked on her and said that she was a married woman, but she's not married. So now she's suing them, Miss Greenwich. Miss Greenwich, she's suing them for millions of dollars. She's saying that it ruined her image. It's all about the money. So, like, how do they protect themselves from that? They, might have some personal liability insurance. They might have, what's called like errors and omissions insurance that we have like in my type of business, that the media is being sued. People in the media are being sued a lot. Like several. President Trump has sued like several networks, for things that have said and won the lawsuits. So if she can prove that they did her harm, like if she got fired from her job because they talked about her bad, or she's just emotional duress and she couldn't go to work, and really she can't think, she can't, she can prove if she went to a counselor that she just can't function because they said that she was married and she's not a married woman, and they slandered her, they ruined her reputation. That's all she has to prove, that this has cost her or damaged her mentally in some way. She's going to get it. It's like, I don't know, it's like $50 million. It's like a lot. It's a lot of money. There's so many lawsuits going on now. Y'all tell me about the ones that you've heard about. Like they're just, and things that we wouldn't think about. But how do you protect yourself from that? Basically, most people have to use some sort of insurance. But if they're rich, like Smokey Robinson, did you know that, Miss Granite? Smokey Robinson is being sued.
No,
He and his wife.
ooh,
We're talking about civil lawsuits, because that's when they go to the money. That's not, even though OJ Simpson wasn't found guilty in the criminal courts, on the civil side, he was found guilty. So that's when he had to give up his Heisman Trophy and, all of his things. And that he ended up trying to steal them back. Did you know that? And that's how he ended up in jail,
mhm.
because he wanted the things back. But in the civil lawsuit, they won all those assets. The lawsuit can, bankrupt you. They're going to take everything. Okay, whether, whatever millions or stuff that it was for the wrongful death. But so they had to get all of these things together, lawn, yard furniture. They probably took everything. Anything he had, his diploma, because his name had value. Sell it all and then split it. Because a lot of insurances, are not going to cover legal matters, maybe for that. I don't know, but that's a civil matter. And I know that like malpractice with if you're a doctor, you have to have the malpractice insurance. If you're in business, you need to have business liability insurance. These are the ways that you protect yourself. If you run over the cat, it would refer to your personal vehicle insurance. You ran over that multi-million-dollar cat. Remember that scenario? So then that car insurance would be called. Someone was telling me the other day that they were at this sporting event and someone threw one of those things that I throw, and they threw it. I don't want to get too much details because then they'll be like, oh, that's what so-and-so, that was so-and-so. And it landed right on his car, bashed through the window, and also damaged the seat. Went through the window. And it was just a kid. It just went through. And he could have sued. He didn't. The teacher didn't sue, but the teacher could have sued or their insurance. So he said he asked, I'm gonna need your insurance information, and they never provided it. But really, that should not have been a claim on his insurance. It should have been filed on the other insurance. But I don't know, because it was a kid and the parents' insurance probably might not, and it wasn't a driver or anything, and it was something that was done recreationally, but it was probably worth a try so that you don't have the claim on your insurance. Or you would have to sue them, or you would have to sue them in civil court. And those are how those things happen. If you do damage to someone else's stuff, they can sue you to get reimbursed for what damage you did. So if you have insurance that covers yourself of what you would do, like if you were driving your vehicle into someone else's yard and you did damage to something in their yard, but I just don't know if it would include their multi-million-dollar cat that does commercials and the cat value and things like that. But if it did, if they still could sue you and try to get some money if they knew you had money. So you would need to have remember I did that television interview about the umbrella insurance. You would need to have insurance that exceeds what if you have assets to protect. If you don't have anything, then it doesn't matter. But if you have a savings account, if you have, a retirement account, if you have these things saved, then, Ms. Clements, it becomes important that you might want to have the umbrella policy to protect you from having to use your personal assets in that lawsuit to cover any damage that you did. Hands on, covering eyes, right? I'm going to see you later today, I hope, Ms. Clements. Please come into the studio, though, y'all. I think they're afraid. But I'm going to tell you, Ms. Greenwich, I am so proud of you. Proud of you. That's right. Show them how they do it in Virginia. That's right. Go, girl. I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to share. Ooh. I'm going to do this again one more time, just so to make sure that y'all can see this and share that. What will really shock me is, Miss Grant, is if I see you in Washington, D.C. Yes, indeed. September 13th. Get in it. So let's talk about that briefly was about insurances and using the proper insurance and what type of insurances are there, whether it's business owners insurance, there's insurance that is needed for entrepreneurs, there's insurance that's needed for self-employed, because if something that you do may do harm to others. The fields or careers that have a history of frequent lawsuits are, what do you think, Ms. Greenwich? What field do you think? Just guess.
Lawsuits,
Yeah.
possibly, like you said, an accident or
Well, what type of field does the most accidents? Like if it professional, who do you think
or
does the
professional.
most damage to other people?
Um, somebody might sue somebody. They said something about their character or something like that.
Uh-oh. So you talking about like some human resources. Okay.
Yeah.
You could tell you were in corporate America. Yeah, because that's where you instantly start thinking about how would that corporation be sued or who was suing them the most. But that's
Right.
true. Like it's usually internal, but the most frequently sued industries are, and I thought you would guess this one, is medical,
Yeah.
health, and that that because of malpractice, people
Mhm.
doing something wrong, negligent in the operating room, stuff like that, or the and real estate. I'm shocked though about real estate. I didn't expect that one. And then the legal field, people suing the lawyers for doing something negligent or not properly taking care of them or something, but it said law. Um, the most frequently fields which need the most professional specific is protection is real estate, health, law, but in financial services, we have to do that. We have to do that as well. We have to have a lot of protection. Can you think of another field that you think gets sued a lot, Ms. Davis?
Um, let's see. Hold on.
What about like I wonder people like at car dealerships and stuff like that, especially used car dealerships.
Let me go out and come back.
No, like so like I see you, I hear you. You're fine.
Um,
I heard you.
I'm getting a echo. I'm gonna go
Oh,
out and come back in.
okay. Yeah, that's probably Georgia. That's probably because Georgia, you down south, the dirty south. But there are definitely a lot of lawsuits, now, like I was saying, it's going to definitely soon say that media is one of the top ones, like you said, because people, it kind of falls in line with what you said, Ms. Granish. People are becoming very sensitive about, saying their name or saying anything about them, even if they're famous. But typically, if you're famous, it's harder for you to sue somebody because you put yourself out there, which I was thinking about that lady that's um suing Sharp Shannon and what's his name, Ocho something, but they have this podcast together, and then they said, that the lady was married, but the lady isn't married. Um, that it's going to be harder for her to get the legitimate case against them or win the case against them because she was being paid to be there. She was being paid by Usher's people to act like that. No, my argument would be if I were defending them, that when every time I click for Ms. Davis, the way they have it set up now, it's like bringing up it's bringing up your captions and what you said. But yeah, I think that but I don't even think, I know that when you are already putting yourself out there in the public eye to be scrutinized, you don't have the same level of protection as if Miss Greenwich was just sitting at home and then they said oh, you are? Let me see. Try the link again, because I've never seen you try. I saw Miss Davis try. Just take your time, Miss Wilkerson. Like, you might have to like put in your email or name or something like that. I don't know why it's doing that, but I think I'll sue them for making it hard for y'all to come in here. I'll get them. but if you look at the price of a lawsuit relative to the price of the insurance, I used to sell like legal malpractice to lawyers. There's a company, and that's all they do is that. And when I first started in business, anybody, if they came with me with a good product, I would try to present it. I just didn't run into as many lawyers that needed it as I thought I would. But they have to cover themselves for errors that they make. I remember this but a lot of times our community doesn't realize or doesn't do anything about things that are done wrong to them. Like, I had a client that the lawyer did the paperwork wrong for her and her husband on their deed for their home. And so her husband died, and it became a really big issue. And I was telling her, I was like, look, they made a mistake, you know what I mean, on your document, because if you're married, things were supposed to be done a certain way. If you're not married, things are supposed to be done a certain way. They did it as if they weren't married. And I said, were you married when you did this? She said, yes. So I was like, oh no, they did this wrong. It was never supposed to be this way. There you go, Ms. Wilkerson. It's never, but unfortunately, we will not sue. Like, you have to, and so it's like you are more likely to get sued than you are to sue someone.
Mm.
Isn't that true? Because we will I know I can do it, but we tend not to do it, so, but just know that doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. Don't allow, yourself to be exploited or taken advantage of that way. Don't feel alone. As I repeat to you all, like, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for. I'm not a lawyer, but you just need to know that you're not alone in how we approach them. I can help you have the conversation with a lawyer. I can help you organize with a lawyer. Like, I'm helping more and more clients now get their will and their estate together.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about saving money. Ms. Wilkerson, you and Ms. Greenwich, y'all look so pretty. Bringing both of y'all like a bright sunshine, bringing sunshine. Yes, indeed. I appreciate you all.
You welcome.
But it's about, like, when I think about protecting yourself from lawsuits, Aretha Franklin can't help but come to mind. Do you all know how much money her family got for her life? Do you know? Do either of you know?
Yeah.
Zero.
Just guess.
Zero.
Exactly. That is the right answer.
Zero? Ooh.
Zero.
Negative zero.
Yeah.
Because she was being sued by the True Collective. You can't get around this one. Guess who is the collector you can't get around?
IRS.
Can't get around. So they kept arguing and arguing and arguing and arguing about what will was legit, this and that. That's what made me think about this, because I was talking about helping you get your wills organized and setting up things. And you know, I've developed a partnership with an estate service provider that allows me to focus on the estate planning and getting these wills or trusts, whichever is most appropriate, set up for us. That's how you protect your money, because they will sue you when you're dead. The IRS will.
Yes.
They're going to get it. So what the lawyers didn't get, the IRS got.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? I think she had at least 4 kids.
Yes.
We ain't even get grandkids. You know you live in the country. You know she live in the country, Miss Grandis.
Who?
We can hear them animals outside.
I'm on my deck.
That is so cute. I don't want to get you and Miss Grandis both outside. We be in trouble. She's in the country. She's in the woods too.
Mhm.
Look,
But I mean, that bug is out there like he's talking to me.
he is. He is. Look, I had to stop painting my deck so I can join this group.
Oh, that's so good. That's right. Who paint a deck? No
I
way.
got to. Somebody.
Good for you. Good for you. Save that money.
I'm serious.
I think we can do anything, because I put air in my tires. You ever put air in your tires, Miss Grandis?
All the time.
What y'all know? What y'all know about that?
All the time. I got an air pump in both vehicles. I got an air pump to
Y'all are
pump up my
amazing.
basketball. What is it? What's that big ball? The weight ball? Girl,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you said you put air in the ball and your ball and the thing you sit on. Like,
Yes.
yeah. You gotta have a skinny thing for that.
Yes, I got all of it.
You got all of that. You got everything. You know how to do everything. You know, when I put that air in my tires, I was like, I can do anything.
Yes.
I don't think I felt that good when I finished college. No way.
You serious?
No way. No way. Yeah, I'm telling you, no way.
So
College
you
ain't got nothing on putting the air in the tire.
so you know where to look on the door, inside of the door, and to find out.
No. I spent at least 5 minutes looking in the wrong direction. I said, I know it's in the door. I know it's in the door. I'm looking to here, and I'm looking in the far, I just never thought about turn around. I found it. It was in like the inside of the door, if that makes sense. Like not in the bin.
No.
Was it always like in there? Like in
Yes, on the door frame. Yeah. That's okay. Look, next time call me.
Woo! Boy, you talking about worked a lot. It worked a lot. But then yesterday this lady told me that if you don't keep proper air in your tires will wear out more.
Yes.
I have worn out some tires in my life. Oh my goodness. And my last time, my tires now are $500 a tire.
Oh, yes.
So I said, this air going, I was so glad when she told me that. I was like, well, I'm so glad I got my little air thing. I got to make sure I put it, because I got to travel tomorrow, and I had to put it in there because it's really sensitive. It was 5 pounds low on each tire.
Have you checked to make sure there's nothing sticking in your tire? Because that's what happened to me. I kept putting air in it, but I had a piece of metal in my tire.
I'd be so mad. If it goes low again, I'm going to have to think of that. Because last time, there was something in all 4 of the tires when I replaced them. Yeah, that's how I found out how expensive they are. But then, that's when I was like, I'm going to buy this $50 air pump right here. and I'm gonna figure out how to use this thing. It was so easy. That's so crazy.
Yes.
I really wanted to stand up on the rooftop and yell, "Do you know how to put the air in the tire?" I want to go. I want to put air in other people's tires. I know y'all out there like, why is that so amazing?
No,
Tara? That is
it
amazing.
is important where you didn't have to
Yes.
pull into Discount Tire and ask for, can you check my tires?
Well, you would do that. I'm not doing that.
I don't do that.
I'm not doing it.
No,
No, you would do it though. You would.
no.
I went to the dealership and they kind of made me feel bad. Like,
Yeah.
we'll do it this time, loser. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dog, you make me feel like that. And turn the light off while you at it. And then you got to reset the thing. So they reset it really quick. But it took me a minute. It made me drive down the street to reset it so the light would go off.
Yeah.
Maybe he you know what, he could have driven my car down the street. I wouldn't even have known.
No.
Like they told me today, because I need a windshield. I've been going through it with that car. So rock hit the windshield. And then the windshield people said that they're gonna have to reprogram, because now you got
Oh yeah,
programming in
Safe
your
Light.
windshield.
Yeah, Safe Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who you use too.
Oh, yes.
And that's it. That business is one that definitely would need to have a lot of insurance because people, because if you drive off down the street and the thing fall in your lap after they just put it in, it's like those guys have to be very careful. And a lot, like there was something I was listening to this morning and it was talking about distractions. And a lot of us could actually avoid lawsuits if we minimized the distractions in our life. So it was saying that nurses were going around the hospital and they were giving out people's medicine, and someone would walk up to them, a distraction, and they would tend to give the wrong medicine to Mr.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
And Mr. Jones died or almost died. So they said that the hospital started putting a sign saying, do not bother me. I am distributing medicines. So that nobody would bother the nurse that was handing out medicine. But I remember one time I was looking at, like you can look up, like say you're going to bring someone into your household for home health care. You can look up what their record is, because they get, people check to make sure. So this particular company that I was looking up, they had all these violations of improper giving of the meds, didn't give the med, gave too much med, this and this and that. Like, yeah, there was no proof that Mr. Jones ever got meds, stuff like that. All these violations, and they still in business. Because this is what the state discovered, but the families didn't know about it because they ain't look on that website. They ain't know what happened to that patient. How many people put someone in a home health care environment and actually check their file? How many check how many times have they been sued? And look, and half the time they'll hire someone who's their cousin, don't have any health background. It's just cousin Leroy now work at the at the home health place, and then the auntie so and so, and she doesn't even know what she's doing. And the owner doesn't realize how sloppy that they're being, because so that's why you see a lot of them go in business and they'll be a couple years later they're out of business. Have you noticed that? Then they'll go into business in a couple 3, 4, 5 years, they out of business, like that's because of that negligence. They get sued and they're coming after everything. So then all of a sudden they were rich. Now they're saying they broke because they're getting sued. But we have to make sure that they have that liability insurance. But at the same time, if you're doing something like that, or like what I do, we could go to jail. So you can have just as much liability insurance if you want. But if you do something wrong, something criminal, it is not going to protect you. From Atlanta, Georgia. How you doing, Bobby? That's right. He's a movie star. Y'all know that? Y'all see Bobby Doolin? He's a movie star. He's famous. We got famous people in here. Thank you. Other than y'all, I mean, of course y'all are. We are famous as well. But also Bobby is famous. He does movies and stuff. Tell him, Bobby, don't you do movies? Like I can ask him now, like, Bobby, like, what are you in right now? Like, what are you working on? He's probably on the set. They're probably all looking at us. They don't believe me, Bobby. So you got to do something so that they believe me that you are playing in movies right now, and shows and sequels and everything. So we have liability insurance. And the liability will cover the business, cover vehicles, cover the home. Remember the umbrella policies that will offer additional coverage over your basic coverages. So the umbrella policies will go into the millions.
Okay.
And the professional errors and omissions insurance. And then asset protection. Like, I feel like working on it. Yes, the last thing he did. That's right. Doubt, and it's called Reasonable Doubt. I think that's the name of it. It's on Hulu. Y'all better recognize.
Isn't that a scary movie?
Is that a scary movie, Mr. Doolin? That's right. Keep working on it. Atlanta, Georgia, anything is possible in Atlanta. Atlanta is the new Los Angeles.
Yeah, bodies disappearing.
That's terrible, right? I'm not laughing with her, Mr. Dooley. It's like they Atlanta doesn't do that. They do nice things. And then, like, so with asset protection, sometimes people feel like if they have an LLC, then a person really can't sue them personally because what they happened was with their LLC, or what happened was with their corporation. And so it will say that. Oh, sorry about that. I'm glad. That's okay. I'm glad I paid that reasonable out. But is it a scary movie? Oh, it's a TV series. Is it a scary TV series? He don't want to say it's scary. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But you don't like scary stuff? You don't like scary stuff? Living out there in the woods, how much you don't like scary stuff?
Nah, it's too many crazy people out here.
I don't know. I'm not a scary. I'm the as long as it's good, but I don't know. I think it's good. I bet it's good. We're gonna check it out. Don't you worry, Mr. Doolin. She gonna watch it anyway. She gonna be the first one on Hulu looking for Reasonable Doubt.
Have you seen Sinner?
Wow, she's moving to South Africa. I did see Sinner. Did you think that was scary?
No.
Did you think it was scary? Did you see it?
No, I ain't seen it. No.
Yeah, it is scary. It's scary and it's bloody, and it's like aggressively sexual. It's a lot. You'll like it. But then they offered it on cable for free. I was shocked.
Yeah. And I said,
like,
no.
I was like,
no.
Everything else comes and they charge. Then you got this aggressive movie like this, and they offered it for free. At least make it hard for the kids to watch it. They're like, nah, we're gonna make sure everybody see it. Isn't that something? That's the way. That's the way they did crack. That's the way they do French fries. That's the way they do. Anything that you're not something though, anything that's bad for you is coming to you free all the way live. Isn't that sad? That's something I told my daughter very early in life. You get to a restaurant, right? You sit down. What they bring you?
Mozzarella sticks.
Bread or mozzarella sticks if you lucky. Lord, I don't know where you went. They brought you free mozzarella sticks. But what they bring you for free, right? Bread, anything. It's so true though, isn't it, Miss
Yes.
Grannis? If it's free, you better watch out. Oh, he said that. He said it's not scary. It's not scary. See,
Mm,
it's not. Reasonable Doubt is not scary. Y'all check it out on Hulu.
okay.
And so also, so the business structures, I don't think that we should try to look at business structures as a way to protect yourself, because like with Tyler Perry, who's being sued, all they have to do is include your business in who they're suing. They
Yeah.
just sue you and the business and the this and the that. Like they sued that person, that man that's suing Tyler Perry. He is suing Tyler Perry Studios, the studios that's paying Tyler Perry to front for him, and this and this and that. That boy got everybody possible on that lawsuit. Anything connected to Tyler Perry is in there being sued. So they can't hide the money. That's all they have to do. You get a good lawyer, they search that because it all has to be publicly available. So you put your corporation, then it says who's the corporation, who are the people connected to this corporation, you know what I mean? And you work from there. Lawyers have a good firm that's trying to sue, because what's he suing Tyler Perry for, like 250,000 or something?
I don't
And
know.
it's a lot or something. So then he's, you know what I'm saying? Those lawyers that are doing that, they got a team. And they're checking out who exactly, where's the money? We're getting money. We're getting it all from all of you. They're going to collectively do it. There is no hiding. My point is that you cannot hide. No, she said JB loves scary movies. I do not. I do not. I did go through that phase, but that was only because my ex liked scary movies, Jenny. Mind you, you've never heard me say it since then, since he's dismissed. You know? No, no. I love just pleasant little shows.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. You didn't know about Tyler Perry? The mischief is mind blowing. How to know if the checkers themselves are authentic? Exactly. Who has an agenda? Exactly. AI can get us all in trouble.
Oh
Yeah,
yes. Yes.
AI. But I would rather us not look at it that way, because I feel that AI is one of the greatest tools invented, and that's how we're gonna use it as such. Because we some people are gonna be victims of AI,
Oh yeah.
but we are not. You know what I'm saying? Like we are not. So to me, when we come from a place of strength, that you are protected because you're smart, you're not going to fall for this crap. It doesn't matter what you see. You're not going to allow yourself to be distracted. You're going to focus on your purpose, your agenda. Use it for information gathering. Like if I need, like a portfolio that I was looking at this morning, and I wanted information on it just like that, I was able to use AI on looking that up before I even went into my expensive software that I use. And at some point, I might be able to, I can't though. The reason I can't get rid of my expensive stuff that I have to buy is because it's AI and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
if I'm literally presenting something to you, then it has to be legitimate stuff. I can't present something to you from AI. I can get this information, share screen, and say, okay. But if I am presenting something to you, I need to have real information from the real research company straight approved, compliance approved information that I'm sharing with the investor. Oh, I'm so glad you found us again. Oh, thank you, Marion. Yeah, people use AI wrong. I think that for the rest of our life, let's approach the world as intuitive people. Let's not allow the world, I want y'all with me on that. We're not going to allow the world and the bad that is in it to feel that it controls us in any way. We are intelligent, we're smart, we got discernment, we got intuition. We're going to use all of the insight and strength that God gave us. We're protected from that. Things don't happen to us, things happen for us. That's what I'm saying.
Amen.
Right? It really
Amen.
does. It really does. They might think they can fool us, but no, they fooled themselves. And use the resources that God gave us, and trust yourself before anything and anybody. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. So the also when to look at being careful, how to think ways to protect yourself from lawsuits is to make sure that we read everything. Read stuff that we sign. Read any agreements that we get in. If it sounds too good to be true, generally it is. No, be very careful. Look at the documentation. Look at it all. Look at everything that you put your name on. Make sure you do it. Because I'm telling you, it will catch you. I remember one time I signed a lease agreement for an office, and it had on it in maybe page 28 that they could break that lease anytime they wanted and just give me 30 days notice. So I renewed the lease. I signed up for the lease. A month later, that man said, "Oh, we need you to leave in 30 days," because he wanted to lease it to someone else. So then I had to sue him, and the judge said, "I'm sorry that happened. Something like that has happened to me before. But the only thing I can make sure that they give you is your deposit." That's it. They ain't even want to give me my deposit back. They wanted to try to nickel and dime me.
Nah.
On the deposit. Oh yeah, you was 15 minutes in the conference room and you were da 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 da, and they start taking from the deposit. The judge was like, "Nah, you're not gonna do that," because I had to pay for a new letterhead, new cards, new everything, all that, just because they wanted my office for another tenant
Nah.
that just signed it. Oh yes, indeed, we are. Make sure, please call me. I'm gonna give you the number right here. But the best thing to do is to go ahead and sign up for membership. I promise you, you sign up for membership, we're gonna be skipping some steps and we're gonna get started immediately.
Amen.
But definitely call and leave that message.
Yep.
But yes, indeed, you can even sign up, for the no excuses, the complimentary membership. But sign up for the membership. Start coming in there Fridays. It's a great way to get to know me. I lead the meetings, But I think is the great thing about us, about Afro economics, and I hope you all agree, is I'm not the type to put stuff off on other people. Don't you think
Nope.
most people in business do that?
Yes.
Oh, I'll have Mary Ellen call you. Oh, I'll have so and so, you know what I mean? Da da da. Oh, I'll say da da. And all they're thinking about is the next person, and they're not even taking care of who they got.
No.
Isn't it true?
It's
I'm
the
like,
truth.
what in the world?
It's the truth.
Oh, you're people like that. You got to wonder what kind of lover they are. Oh.
No
You know what I'm
comment.
saying? It's like,
No comment.
right? But that's how I really worry about in this world. Where has the love gone? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh my goodness.
It's gone. No attention to detail.
None. No compassion,
No,
no empathy,
no,
no team,
no.
no, you know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Bring the love back.
No. Amen. Look at this part. He's over laughing.
Yes, yes. And Miriam was saying that most of the languages tries to be legalistic. And you know, in financial services, we
It does.
are required that the contracts that we give clients have to be understandable. They stopped doing that. They stopped allowing it to be like that, legalistic and dense. Like you said, like it started saying like client agreements have to be in plain English. Robert is saying that that's true about where has the love gone. And what makes it so bad is that you will be rejected more, unfortunately, in this world where it is for being a loving person
Yes.
than you'll be the mean person. Like the mean people are winning. The mean people are winning. They have all the friends. They have all the attention. They have everything. And then sweet, loving people, they keep coming down on us and keep coming down. You know what I'm saying? And they want us to just disappear.
True.
So what will they do? Who will they pick on when all of us loving people are gone? But they have nothing to do. They just
No.
pick on each other, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
But I ask that God, I pray that God have mercy on us and that we not allow the ways of this world to turn and harden our hearts. You know what I'm saying? And I say that and with full prayer, you know what I mean? In Jesus' name, that he realized that we don't give up, that we don't give up doing good. He said, joy cometh in the morning. He promised us that. And we're not going to be dead in the morning if it's his will. If he gives us and we allowed us to come in tomorrow morning, we better come strong, but know that the negativity is there and the negativity will sue you. You know what I'm saying? How in the world is this man going to try to put me out of my office and I'm paying on time for years? Well, it says here that we only have to give you 30 days. Well, why you let me sign this thing for a whole year? Like just, last month. And you do this. Like, and you just gonna look in my face. And you know that this is disturbing to any business owner. I gotta explain to all my clients. Okay, we're moving up the street. But they are not. That's right. Mr. Doolin said they appear to be winning, but they're not. It's so true. That's so true. We decent people must be tough. Stay clear on who we are. That's right. And what we don't do.
True.
Yes. Isn't it true?
True.
Stay by your standard. Don't settle. That's so true. I was so pleased with God giving me the strength to fight that when they did that to me. When they did that, I told him, and I said, this is not going to stand. He said, are you threatening me? I said, no, it's a promise. I'm standing up for myself this time. I promise
serious.
you. I promise you. He was shocked when that judge said, you're going to pay her. But we have to have faith. As I said on Facebook the other day, to have faith in God requires courage.
Yep.
We keep thinking it's just like, we just sit back. Like, no, God is like, you got to have faith. You got to take steps. You got to do documents. You got to read your paperwork. You got to protect yourself. You got to be smart.
True.
Yeah, it was horrible, Miss Clements. Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, I can tell you, because I've been in business more than 30 years now, but that there have been repeatedly very not that it's life ain't fair. That's all I'm saying. I can tell you story after story of unfair. You don't get any mercy because you're Black.
No.
You don't get any, I'm not going to sue him because you're Black. I'm going to let him slide because he's Black. We don't get that. I'm not going to mess with her because she's single and she by herself. It ain't going, they don't care. They see a weakness, they jump on your back and bend you over. That's it.
Yep.
They're not going to help you stand up. That's where God comes in.
Amen.
Isn't that true?
Amen. You're right.
So what we have to do when we refer to full armor, that means you got to have your insurances straight. You got to have your estate straight. You got to have all your legal documents straight. You got to know what's on the deed of your house. You got to make sure that people don't have no liens on your house and you ain't know about it. We don't have the right to get older and not smarter. We have to get smarter as we age.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are coming after senior citizens with full force. This man said they went after his mother, took her for $50,000. Thought she was helping somebody. She said she thought she was helping somebody who was in the military and all this stuff. They have pictures and all this stuff, and it ended up that it was a call center in Nigeria. Nobody to sue.
Mm-mm.
Over in Europe, exactly, in Italy. Beautiful, Marion. You come home, that's so beautiful. We must have options, choices. Speak, Marion. Yes. And we would love to have you as a member of Afro Economics. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do that. No excuses. You do anything. Sign up. You have to have options. You have to have resources. You have to have connections. The next time you come to America, you can come to me. You can come, you know what I'm saying? We can meet. And when I come to Europe, when Miss Grandis gets to Italy, you know, we could do a trip to Italy.
Been there, done that.
You been to Italy?
Yes, ma'am.
Now it's time to go again. We're going to see Marion this time.
I did that when I retired. That was my
Did
retirement.
you?
For
Did
my
you like it?
Loved it.
You loved it? Girl, we gotta go. You should go every year. You should go every year, Marion. We're gonna get her back over there. Miss Grandis, you got it. You got it. You can. You should. It'd be different if you couldn't. I know you can't. I know you can. We can't. Do it. We gotta do everything we want to do.
Yeah.
It's like this weekend, me going to New York. There's a part of me that's like, girl, don't go there. You know what? You can't take it with you. I can't take it with me.
Amen.
I'm getting good at this thing. It's something other than work. I'm taking care of myself. I feel good. I love doing it.
You're looking good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We need to know that. We need to know that. Like, because of the way this world is set up, they basically discard people as they age, especially Black women. They want us to believe that we don't have nothing to offer. Nothing to offer because you're just old, and you know what I'm saying. And the friend of mine whose mom got scammed, that's a white lady who they took her for that 50 grand. It's terrible. On Dateline, I saw another white lady who they took her for 100,000.
Ooh.
It's horrible.
No.
And keep our health straight. Keep our health straight. We gotta get that love alive, you know. To protect yourself, but it's just protect how to protect your retirement.
Yes.
How to protect your retirement, you know, from lawsuits. You have to know actually, like, there are protections like that, even if your like pension, if a person has a pension, pensions have to be insured now. So both of you have a pension, one corporate, one government. Like y'all, you know what I'm saying? But they have to protect you. They have to have protection on that, you know what I mean, for you. So even if that company gets sued that is providing your pension, they still have to be able to pay those pensions.
Mhm.
But if you get sued, the person still, in most cases, is not going to have access to your pension or retirement accounts because of the way the laws are designed to protect retirement accounts. But so, like for OJ Simpson, the only income that he had was his NFL pension. They couldn't take that, but they would have taken that if they could on that civil suit. So they just took the assets. Yeah, people can't be isolated. Yeah, and I think that, it's so true. Marion was saying, like, don't be isolated. I think that, the Afro economics really helps with that, where we have the connection, and we're checking on each other. And we're checking on each other. But still, I don't know if I ever told you this, Ms. Spanish, but we had a member over COVID. She would always come in when I was doing the Sunday mornings, especially over COVID. And a couple of Sundays, I didn't see her anymore. And I saw on the news where this brother had killed the sister. And I never thought that it was my friend.
Mhm.
And then I got a call. And I remember years before she telling me, my brother's crazy. I said, if your brother is truly crazy, you need to get out of the house. She said, but this is the house I grew up in. I said, it don't matter. Because you got to get out of the house. But you got to get out. And she had money. She had money. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason.
Yeah.
He killed her, left a long note, and then went in the room and killed himself.
Ooh.
Yeah, left vulnerable. But then, you got to make sure you do this for yourself. Nobody's going to do it for us. Nobody's going to take these steps to protect your assets. Nobody's going to dial my number and make sure you call me. Nobody's going to, sign you up but you. Mm, mm, mm. And we have to be careful also with trust. Like, trusts are seen as a way to, protect, but all they have to do is list it on the lawsuit also. They find out that you put your assets in a trust, they can go after that trust too. They can go after it, but they are seen as a way to protect. So of course, when you go to the lawyer and they're going to say, okay, well, yeah, we could put it in a trust, or we could put, we can establish this business and this and that. But they might leave out the part that, oh, but it could be sued also. The no, like the best thing in the world would be for it not to happen, huh? But ever if you get, there's so many people, it's not even about valid cases anymore. There's so many cases. I mean, look at P. Diddy. When it came down to it, that wasn't even a valid case for them to bring forward. It should be some way that he can say, look, y'all should compensate me for this, because basically the jury was like, that's not, most of this is not even valid. What they charge him for, most people just go in and go back home and pay a fine. I think they charged them for like prostitution or something, hiring a prostitute. So like, and we're not really thinking that cost him millions. It's still costing him. He's still in jail. Unfortunately, people have killed people and gotten less jail time than he's getting. Mm, mm, mm. So the bottom line is that when we meet, we need to, talk about putting in place like specific safeguards, whatever they may be, setting up the will properly, setting up the your estate properly, do the proper legal entity for the business. Like, we can make these steps realizing that nothing is 100%. But we also need to know that the federal government has laws that do protect retirement accounts. So your debtors cannot come and sue you and try to get to your retirement accounts, like your 401ks, your TSPs, IRAs. They also are regulated by states. And so it's very important to designate rollover IRAs versus traditional IRAs, so that the rollover IRAs mean that it is actually employer money. So it will continue to have that employer protection. But those are the intricacies of, like, a lot of times we skip having a good financial advisor, and we go to, I got to get a lawyer. But in reality, it's really on me, a lot of it, on making sure that everything is set up properly. And then we get the lawyer involved when you have your financial house in order. No, because a lot of things can be designated, through beneficiary forms and stuff like that with me as your financial advisor on your account. It supersedes a will. The contract on your account, your IRA, supersedes what's on the will. So if someone sues you on the estate level, they can't supersede what is on the contract. If it says on the IRA, these are the people to get it, and then all of a sudden Cousin Louis wants to sue the estate, they can't get that. It's already distributed through the IRA, through the contract with me. That makes sense, Ms. Scranage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amen. So it gets your tickler, but this is worth discussing. I hope you got some empowerment out of it. I hope it brought home some things for you. The bottom line is that we need to talk about it. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect your asset. You need to look into legal entities, and the best way to establish your business, the different types of insurances to protect your businesses, the different type of insurances that you need to protect your assets, and the ways to make sure that your retirement is protected properly. What is protected, what isn't. But I'm going to tell you, child support, IRS, those things, it can get real particular. Most of us really like for children to eat. So don't try pay the child support. It will stop a lot. Like, and people don't think about that, but child support court, and you have to go in there, that's being sued. You're being sued for not taking care of the child. So we don't want that, because that, they you can't hide from not paying child support. You can't hide from the IRS. The best thing for us to do, if the IRS sues you, is to make sure that the bill that they have is correct. If the bill that they have isn't correct, then we need to show them where the correction needs to be made. Sometimes there's an amendment that needs to be done, but it has to be addressed head on. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Marion. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you so much to my live guest, Miss Scranage. I appreciate you. Now, your co-guest, she dropped out. You were the survivor. You won the marathon. You get the award. Bling! I wish I had. Look, I wish I knew how to do stuff like make music for you. I can make music. Look, I know. It's like, can you hear that music? You think. And that's called chill. That's you too. I didn't know I have music up here, but this is hip hop. Oh, that's you. That's you right there. No, you're definitely chill, and I appreciate you bringing that chill to us. You are appreciated. Love you. God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. Thank you. See you soon. Amen. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, Miss Brandon. Thank you. Have a great weekend almost. I'm thinking about the weekend because I have to travel tomorrow. I'm gonna play this one more time if I see it. It's for you.
I'm JB Bryan, the creator of Afro Economics, a strategic financial empowerment program based on 10 timeless financial principles like generational wealth and legacy, financial knowledge, credit confidence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, and more. Afro Economics gives you the guidance and tools you can use to develop and sustain wealth. Check out Afro Economics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly Afro Economics podcast. There are many levels of Afro Economics membership, including the free online access membership level called No Excuses. So make no excuses and check out afroeconomics.com today. Powered by JB Bryan Financial Group Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. #AfroEconomics.
#AfroEconomics. Take care. Thank you. I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of Afro Economics. Don't forget, Saturday, September 13th, we're at the DC office, so register now. It's on the calendar. Saturday, September 13th, we're having our own town hall. We're talking about careers, we're talking about health, we're talking about, hopefully not politics. We'll be in DC though. Love y'all. And we're going to talk about God. You know, He's everywhere we go. Love y'all. Bye-bye.